We are going.
You are live.
We are live now.
And live here.
And live. So we're
live everywhere.
On the tube. We are live on Instagram. What's going on, everybody? Oh my gosh. I have a special guest today. Huxley, come here, my darling. Come here to your uncle. Oh my God. Look at her. It's Bruce's sister. She's so, oh my God, she's so adorable. I think we had Huxley on the happy hour when she was just like, when we had just gotten her.
I think so.
And then this
Yes, well, we had coffee and puppies.
Coffee and puppies. And this was before my brother and his wife took her home. She's so sweet. She's so dainty compared to Bruce, because Bruce is like 10 pounds and she's like 5 pounds. Oh my God, she's so adorable. I just love the heck of little Princess Huxley, my little princess. Give me kisses. Oh, gosh, I love her. Anyways, Bruce is sleeping right now. His eyes are rolling around in his head. We're going to pick him up over here too. But anyways, today we have a very, I think, useful cocktail. So,
Aunt Jane is on too.
Hi, Aunt Jane. Hopefully you are doing fantastic. And the family is doing well. Oh, Bruce is coming over. He is not happy to. Jeez, he's like, I was napping and then Mom picked me up. Hi, Bubba's.
His sister's like, why? Okay, now it's Cass. Let's go back to
Let's
that.
go lay back then. He's like, oh boy. Here we go. All right, go night. Nap time. So anyways, hopefully you guys are having a wonderful weekend. I have a funny story to tell you. So today we went to, did I have something on my lip? Is that why you're doing that? Oh, okay. Today we decided we're going to go for a little drive up into the mountains. And as we get up into the mountains, about 2 weeks or 3 weeks ago, we had some crazy snow here. There was ice storm, snowstorm, power outages. I mean, you name it, it was happening here in the Portland, Vancouver area, right? Well, anyway, all of it's gone. All the snow's gone. It's beautiful and sunny today, and okay, let's go up to the mountains, take a drive. We need to get some footage for another project, and we get up there, and all of a sudden, it's just deep snow, out of nowhere. And we're on this backcountry road, kind of like a logging road, and there's nowhere really to turn around at all. So there's a cliff on one side. There's probably a 2.5 foot or 3 foot ditch on the other. So it's a legit logging trail, dirt, gravel. Anyways, we're going up there, and we find a spot to turn around. It's slippery, everything like that. Fortunately, I have 4-wheel drive, and we get it all turned around. Well, another truck was going back up, and this is a 1-lane road kind of. And as they're going up and we're going down, he kind of scoots over to the edge as far as he can. Can't go too far because there's a cliff. And then I go to my right, kind of as far as I can. And then all of a sudden, and it's very hard to see because the snow's so deep, the whole front of my truck just falls into the ditch. Or the whole right side of my truck, right side, the right front. What am I trying to say? The right front just falls into the ditch, just kabloof, right down in there. And it's like, okay, let's not make any assumptions. Probably going to be able to get out of this. So he kind of goes by and he rolls his window down and he goes, hey, are you going to be okay? And I go, well, check on us in a few minutes, or check on us on your way back down, because the trail wasn't very long. So you pretty much go up there, turn around, and come back down. Well, he came back down, and we were still stuck, and the truck is like this. Anyways, thank goodness. Excuse me. Thank goodness we have a winch on the truck, so we were able to hook up. But the snow was so deep. Thank you so much. The snow was so deep that he pops open the back of his truck, and he has pots and pans in his truck. And I'm like, okay. And he's like, yeah, let's just use these as a shovel. So we're shoveling snow out from my front tires to make kind of a ramp, so I can get to at least some dirt underneath with pots and pans.
We can't make this up.
Seriously.
True story.
So then we hook the winch up to his truck, and he kind of leads the way, and finally we get up and out of the ditch, and I was like, oh my God. That was pretty exciting. A little more exciting than I wanted. And then, of course, you go down the hill about a quarter mile, and it's just clear.
No snow.
There is no snow
At all.
It's sunny, too. Up there it was like foggy. It was really weird. Bizarre. But anyways, here's a fun story for you. All right. So I've talked about this, and it's actually using sparkling cider. Now, I know that during the holidays and things like that, you're going to have sparkling cider at the house for those who aren't old enough to drink, or like during New Year's or whatever. Or like a friend of ours, she's pregnant, so guess what? She's not going to be, she likes the bubbles, but she just can't have the bubbles with alcohol in them. So I wanted to show you something that you can do if you have like extra sparkling cider. A couple cocktails you can do if you have extra sparkling cider that you just need to use. And I'm not a sparkling cider person. Dana, no.
I mean, we have a lot of it for guests.
Yeah, I mean, we're not really like sparkling cider people. So
at least the Martinelli's kind, anyway.
What's that?
At least the Martinelli's kind. I do like hard cider.
Well, that's different. I mean, we're talking about underage and people who are unable to enjoy cocktails at the moment. Say they're like pregnant or something. But anyways, here's a fun couple cocktails that you can make with some of your leftover sparkling cider instead of saving it for the entire year to use it again, which then it may not be as yummy as it should have been. Here is a sparkling cider gin cocktail. And what we're going to do is we're going to start off with our shaker cup here. Huxley, what are you doing, sweetie? We've got to babysit Huxley for like 3 days, and she is just the cutest ever. Her and Bruce will go around and around all day long. And then they nap 15 minutes, and then they're back at it again. But what we're going to start with is we're going to start off with 1.5 ounces of gin. And let me see here. There we are. So grab your shaker cup. We're going to add in 1.5 ounces of gin. Perfect. Okay. 1 teaspoon of fresh squeezed lemon. Ooh. There we go. Nice and soft. All right. So I'm not really going to measure out a teaspoon, but I know by my own strength. I know my own strength. Just like Trish, she knows her own body. There we go. There's about a teaspoon right there. And just a drop of bitters.
Right there?
Let me grab a paper towel real quick. Here we are. So we have the crude small batch bitters. Got this one here at a little boutique in Portland. 1 drop. Perfect.
Those are the orange bitters.
What's that?
Those are the orange bitters.
Yeah, but this came in a sampler pack too.
It did, yes.
Yeah. But anyways, crude bitters, yummy stuff. So what we're going to do is we're going to add in some ice. We're going to give this a nice little shake, and then we're going to top it off with the cider here. Do you want to pop that open for me?
Sure.
Awesome.
Are you going to do the garnish on the glass?
Yeah, I'm going to do the garnish on the glass here real quick before I shake it up, because I don't want to have too much of that ice melting in there. So the garnish on this, we're going to actually use a little bit of that lemon again. And we're going to just run that on the rim of the glass.
And we're
going to do a little bit of cinnamon sugar. Have some ground cinnamon. Thank you, Kirkland's signature. There we are, a little bit of ground cinnamon and some sugar in the raw. There we go. Kind of a 1-to-1 ratio there.
Pretty.
Yeah, right? Mix that up real quick. It always kind of helps too to get onto like one edge, and then you can take your glass and just kind of scoop it back and forth a little bit as you turn the glass. That way you'll get like the inside and the outside of the glass.
That's an interesting thought.
I mean, unless you're using like a really deep or a lot of the cinnamon sugar, but it's not like you're running a restaurant out of your kitchen or something like that where you're going to be serving up a ton of these. So this is kind of nice because you're not using a whole lot, but you're getting everything you want out of it. There we are. So yeah, nice cinnamon sugar rim on there. Perfect. Let's go ahead and toss in some ice. Give this a nice shake. So we got our bitters. We have what do we have here? We got our bitters. We have our gin.
Lemon juice.
We have our bitters, gin, lemon juice. Perfect. Have all these other things out here. I'm like, okay, what did I just think?
And it's my dad's birthday.
Oh yeah, Mike, happy birthday. 28, right? What age is it that you just start switching the numbers backwards? Or is that just like whenever you want to?
I think that's whenever you want to.
Yeah? Okay. All right, and what we're going to do is just strain this into our glass here and top it off.
I would toss in some ice, personally.
Okay. Do a little ice in there, you think? Yeah?
I would. I'd put a couple
ice?
of cubes in.
Okay, cool. It's pretty cold as is, so. But you know what?
Perfect.
Why not? If it's not like you're going to probably drinking this too fast, being that it's got the bubbles in it. And we're just going to top that off. Right there. Perfect.
Ooh, very pretty. With that pomegranate apple?
Yeah, so this is a pomegranate apple cider. Of course, you can use any type of cider that you want to. This would probably really go with, say, like either apple cider or, the pineapple cider. So check that out. Yeah. Yummy. Okay. Like that cinnamon sugar. It's like my favorite thing to put on toast, too. So, of course, I like it. Oh, God, that's so good. Kind of like apple pie.
Really?
Yeah, it's got the cinnamon, the sugar, the apple, the pomegranate. I don't get like a ton of pomegranate in there, but the pomegranate does give it a nice, color. Yeah, it does.
Pretty.
The amber color.
Would you drink this only in the fall, or do you think this is something that could be consumed anywhere?
I don't discriminate on when I get drunk.
Oh my gosh. People are going to think that you're drunk all the time. He's not, I promise.
No, I'm not all the time. I mean, man's got to sleep, right? So
that's good.
Isn't that yummy?
That's really
all
good.
Right. So let's put this one aside. Now, the next one, is my favorite. And this is a whiskey cider cocktail. And guess what it is? It's whiskey and cider. Right?
Over the fancy glass.
I know,
ice.
we're doing that fancy glass. We have some crushed ice here. And all we're going to do is we're going to just dump in 2 ounces of whiskey and 4 ounces of cider.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm just going to put a little cherry on top.
Ooh,
just because that's how I do.
I like that.
So, rye whiskey. This is actually a really, really good rye whiskey. This minor case. And this is a sherry cask finished whiskey. I'm a sucker for rye whiskeys. You guys know this. You know this. And if you didn't know it, now you know.
Oh, Mike says, my dad says, actually 29.
29. Oh, yeah.
Not 28.
Oh, more. Got past that immature phase. That phase where you just go flirting with everybody. You're past that phase, right? Never. All right, and we're gonna just top that off. Look at that. I don't think I'm.
I know. There's 4
I am not
ounces.
gonna fit 4 ounces of cider.
No.
Bummer. All right, so for this, now you got your whiskey in there, and we're gonna just top this off with cider. Okay, you got it. Ready?
Yep.
Okay. There we go. Okay.
Oh my gosh. No, you got to put a little bit more than
You
that.
have to. Okay.
Oh my gosh.
Oh yeah.
That was like
Ooh.
half an ounce.
There you go. Ratios. Where do we get these ratios, anyways?
Oh, I got you that spoon.
Perfect. All right. I didn't want to put too much cider in there because I have to make room for the cherry. Yeah, baby. Ooh, yes. This is Daddy's cocktail right here. Hey, that's a proper cocktail. Actually, it's really. I mean, you don't get any bubbles in it like you do the other one.
Well, it's because
There's like no bubbles in it.
the tiniest amount.
But I'll tell you what, this is actually that pomegranate, that apple pomegranate gives it just like a little extra sweetness, and I dig that a lot. With the proper ratios, I'm not much of a cider fan unless it's like a hard cider. There are some ciders that I do like the vanilla ciders. Those ones are really good.
That one is really good.
I think that was Locust.
Yeah.
And those ones are really yummy. And I'm pretty sure it is Locust. And what was that other cider? Pineapple cider is really good. If you like hard ciders, the vanilla bean Locust cider, woo! Let's go. That is really good. But this actually is, I mean, that minor case on its own is delicious. Yeah, that gives it just like an extra little bit of sweetness, a little bit of fruitiness. And I think it probably complements this really well, being it's aged in sherry casks. So, I don't know that if I'd object to having the rim of this also garnished in the cinnamon sugar. Try that. I'm telling you what, we're going to do exactly that.
I want to sit by the fire and drink this. I want to sit out
to try
outside
the things that you want to try
in the cold air by the fire.
Cinnamon sugar, baby.
And drink that. That's good.
Oh yeah, on the inside, outside the rim. Oh yes. Let's go.
Mike wrote, "Bubble, bubble, down with trouble."
There we go. Yes, that's what I'm talking about.
That's pretty.
And
And the aromatics from the cinnamon. kind
Game
of
over. That I would buy this cider to make that cocktail. Fortunately, we had this hanging out after the holidays. Well, and then we had our friend over who was pregnant or is pregnant. Is pregnant, and so it's perfect.
That's really good. That almost reminds me, ever so subtly, of an old fashioned.
Yeah, it really does, doesn't it?
In the best way.
So you guys have to try these out. If come the certain events or whatever it is. I know that we're all like, got the COVID stuff going on, and we're not having like big get-togethers and things like that. But if you happen to have some cider and you're like, hey, you know what? This thing's going to expire next month, or whatever it might be. I got a bottle. I need to get rid of it from, last Christmas. Try some of these cocktails out. I think they're going to be really good. The sparkling apple cider gin cocktail is really good.
And you're not the biggest of gin fan.
And I am not a gin fan, but all of this actually melds together really, really well. And it's a good looking drink too. It's a great drink. Ooh, yeah, it's got the bubbles to it, just like perfect. Now, if y'all like your boy here, who likes some whiskey with the color of cider.
Do you like it with the crushed ice?
Oh, yeah, I love the crushed ice.
Okay. I feel like
when I lived in Arizona, that was the only reason I'd go to Sonic.
They have the special ice.
The crushed ice, yeah.
It's a special maker.
Anyways, you guys got to try this. Whiskey cider, super yummy. I would recommend, if you have a little bit more of a sweet tooth, Aunt Shirley, you know what I'm talking about, do the cinnamon sugar on the top. It's perfect. It's exactly what it needs for the whiskey cider. But anyways, I would love to hear from you guys. If you have a cocktail that you like to make from leftovers, something that's like, I have this leftover. I put together a cocktail. Holy shit, it came out really good. Oh my God.
This is live. There's no bleeping.
Can we edit that out?
No.
Okay.
Oops.
So anyways, you said, hey, that's a really good cocktail, and you just made it out of something that you had left over. Share it with us. We'd love to, try some of those cocktails through the week, see what maybe we can find for next weekend's happy hour. But other than that, make sure to hit that hit the thumbs up if you like the cocktails that we're doing today, and you like the cocktails we've done in the past, and you like cocktails in general. And then share the happy hour with your friends and family and other cocktail enthusiasts. Dana, he's sleeping. Don't touch him. He's fine.
He's being asked for.
Oh boy, no, he's
really nice.
He's not going anywhere. He was not happy when Dana picked him up the first time. I don't know where Baby Booties is. He's a teenager. He just does what he wants. He probably moved out and got a job. Anyways, thank you guys so much again for joining us for today's happy hour, and also share a fun story with us if you did something fun or interesting like what happened to us this weekend.
Stuck in the snow.
I would definitely love to hear it. All right, y'all take care. We will see you next weekend, 3:30 Pacific time, for another happy hour. Getting